Welcome back to Conversations That Count. I'm your host, Jeihan, and today I'm joined by medium and clairvoyant Sarah for a conversation that stretches beyond the physical world and into the space where spirit, love, and memory still live. We talk about what happens after death, how mediumship really works, why children see spirit more clearly than adults, and the signs our loved ones send when we think they're gone. We dive into intuition versus fear, grief as a portal, and how to feel someone who is no longer in the room with you. If you've ever lost someone you love, or if you've ever felt them beside you in a moment you can't explain, this episode will meet you with truth, comfort, and possibility. Let's explore what exists beyond what we can see.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous at the same time because, I don't know, if there's spirit here or what is here.
Everyone always asks me that when I do things like this. And of course there is, because there's always loved ones connected with you. And I've actually had probably, it's up to you if that's kind of where
I'm open.
You're open, right? Because I was earlier today, I did a reading for someone and then I was like, no, I can feel like a mum and a dad.
Oh, don't tell me that straight up.
Yeah, and would that be connected with you? Oh my goodness, okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's giving me goosebumps already.
Yeah. Interesting, because I had this man with me predominantly most of the morning, and I thought, oh, maybe he's for my first client, and it wasn't. And I was like, oh no, this could be definitely for you this afternoon. So
I'm already, I think this is why I was nervous. I'm like, what's going to come up?
Yeah.
Because I think when you reached out in July, and it was like, I think that's when we were first having the conversation. Yeah. And then since then, my dad's passed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. And so it's very raw still at the same time. And so I think that's why I was like nervous, because I'm like, what will happen, because I haven't felt him at all.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, I only felt him once, and that's when I think I messaged you, and I was like,
with the 444?
bang, and I was like, okay, that's the sign. I'll reach out and say, let's book this in. But other than that, I haven't felt him, and my mum passed away about 5 years ago.
Oh my goodness. Well, they're together.
Yeah.
So they're definitely together and definitely surrounding you. And I think when you're so raw in the emotion of losing someone, it does impact how you feel. And a lot of people will say, oh, but I can't feel them. I can't feel them. It means they're not around. And they 100% are around. It's just that our awareness isn't as much as open to what they can do for us as, as much as we would like. And I think that the one thing that I've learnt in doing all of this stuff is that love really never dies, and they are 100% always around, and they're always, especially in the good things, really, really strongly in the good times, as well as the other, the not so good times. Yeah. And it's one of those things where as soon as you can, feel them, you're like, oh, okay, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. Yeah.
It's almost like a reassurance in a way. It's like, I think as you said, we're all spiritual beings having this human existence, right? And
Absolutely.
I definitely believe in that and spirit and people then when they pass, they're still with us always, even in our family and the interactions and just people that you meet, they're always surrounding us. Yeah. And there's a lot of comfort, I think, in that at the same time. That
Absolutely.
You just know that they're always present.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, that's the one thing that for me I love to give back to people is the fact that just that one connection, it feels like a telephone to them. Yeah. And sometimes it's, sometimes people will put this off for years and never have a reading or anything like that. And, I've had people say to me having a session is sometimes better than doing 40 to 50 counselling sessions because they just need that connection and that one-on-one again, which is so beautiful to be able to give people that experience. So it is.
It's like a warm hug, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And especially when you're speaking to someone's soul, really on on the big scope of things, you're speaking to someone's soul from their loved ones on that next level, not just on the physical level, but you're literally unpacking things that sometimes people haven't even told others in their life about. And then as soon as we've got, that connection, it's like, wow, okay, perfect. Let's, deepen this, how the connection builds stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's just their way of being, like Spirit's way of connecting and showing me what it is that you need to know. Yeah. And sometimes people go, oh, I don't know, that doesn't really make sense to me, or, something changed, or I don't know what's going on. And it's like at that point in time, it's what their soul needs to hear. Yeah. And that's coming from their loved ones. It's coming from people connected with them in spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a beautiful gift.
It is. It is very nice. It is very, beautiful. So, yeah.
How, I will maybe at the end kind of come back.
Of course, yeah.
To that, just so I don't cry straight away.
That's fair enough. That is fair.
What is mediumship, and how do you connect in with, or what do you see, or how do you connect to people at the same time and be clear on the message that is coming through you?
It's a very interesting way. So mediumship is connecting with people who have passed. So loved ones connected to the person who is getting a reading. And I predominantly am clairvoyant and clairaudient. So I can see and I can hear. And that seeing forms in the best way I can describe it is watching a movie play in front of my like eyes kind of thing. Yep. So if you kind of thought about, I can see a red apple, right? You can immediately envision that in your mind. And then as soon as you're like, okay, that's a red apple, what does the texture look like? How does it, can I hear the sound of taking a bite of it? Your brain's automatically starting to, form that red apple and that kind of thing. So the way in which mediumship is that when Spirit joined me, it's like how it forms in my mind and what they want to show you. What does that look like? And my memories are a library for them as well. Yeah. So it's like, this time when this happened, that may relate to that. So it's a very quick way. So I've got to definitely be quick in terms of how I think, how I relay messages, that kind of thing. And it's very, it's like a very strong, yes, this is it. No, that doesn't make sense. And sometimes I might be saying something and, someone will say, no, that doesn't really make sense. That's okay. It just means it's my misinterpretation of what they're trying to show me. We can unpack that. Yeah. Sometimes it'll be like, yeah, okay, it's a red apple, but in fact it's actually green. Yeah. And it's just my own reference point of I used to love eating red apples. So then I know that, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's just really unpacking that. And the clairaudience, which is hearing, is it's like the softness. It's like, sometimes how your ears will get that high pitched ring and you're like, oh, okay, what's that? It's similar to that, but it's a more softer spoken.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, like whisper kind of thing. Yeah.
How did you realize that you had this gift?
That's a great question.
And I'm going to call it a gift because that's pretty special, right?
Yeah.
That you have access, or you're so in tune with it at the same time.
Yeah, I think the gift is being in tune with it. Everyone has the ability to connect if they practice, because it is just a muscle in our mind that we just have to, it's like going to the gym. You just have to practice using it and it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. But the gift is being able to, deliver the messages in the way in which I can, which is, it's really, really special in that sense. So thank you for acknowledging that. But it is definitely been a bit of a journey, realizing what it was. And when I was a kid, I could see and feel, and I thought everyone could see and feel, but they actually couldn't. So what I was seeing and feeling, no one else was. And so in that moment, I was like, what is this? What's happening around me? And then shortly, shortly after that, I grew up kind of thing, and I didn't really have these experiences as much anymore. And it started to ramp up a lot, probably when I was like early 20s. And then I lost my nan and gran at the same time. And shortly after they passed, I could communicate with them in a weird way. And I wasn't sure what it was, because I was like, maybe I'm going crazy. Because you do think that. You think, oh, hang on a second, what's this? And then I had a reading with a very well-known medium, David Stevens, David the Medium. And he said to me, do you realize you can do what I can do, if not better? And I said, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He goes, you're a natural medium. And I said, oh, okay, sure. And in that moment, I then took steps to actively start to open this up. And I worked with a mentor one-on-one. She said, it's no turning back once you turn it on. It's no turning back. Are you ready? And I said, I think so. I actually think I'm ready. And yeah, here we are 6 or 7 years later, and it's been essentially my life purpose. I think I found what my purpose is in this world, and it's to connect the unseen with the seen. So, yeah.
My God, I have so many questions that even just from like that short like little snippet. When you said that you had it as a child, and I've been thinking about this a lot, because like even my little nephew, he's 7, and he says that he can see the rainbow house. And at the rainbow house, like that's where grandma is, and that he sees that. And he says the story to my sister, and she relates it to me as well. I'm like, yeah, I totally believe that. And I'm like, at what point do we then mold kids into like, you now need to fit into like, what's the difference between imagination and gifts to then molding them into society standards that we then lose touch with that as well?
What happens is probably around 7 or 8, he'll probably start to lose that connection. He'll probably always remember it, but it's as soon as the consciousness really comes forward and as soon as that hits, it's like it's there, but it's not as predominant. So really kids are connected from the moment they're born until about that 7 or 8 year old mark. And then from there it's, it's like they're at school, they're hanging out with their friends. It's a little bit weird to be able to, connect. So they kind of switch it off. And that's what happened with me. I was about 7 when I stopped being able to see and feel and all that kind of stuff. It was always there, but I just had switched it off. It was like this part in my brain that I was like, nope, that's not happening anymore. For me, I was very lucky and fortunate because both my gran and nan could communicate. My nan, not so much. She was very, very psychic, but my gran could communicate with spirit, and she always kind of encouraged that with me to be like, what do you see, or what are you feeling here? And so she encouraged that. So it was a little bit weird, but I knew that it was something that she could do. So I was like, oh, I feel safe in this. So for your little nephew, I think it's the fact that even you guys allowing him to have those conversations with you about the rainbow house. He may talk about it once more and maybe never talk about it again until he's older. But as an adult, reflecting on the experiences that I had as a kid, it's undeniably what I could see and feel as a medium. Yeah. So, being able to do that and connect, you probably find that your nephew's probably a medium. Very natural, connected, gifted medium as well. But whether or not he chooses to open those gifts or just use it for himself, not everyone's going to want to do this kind of work. But it's whatever his life path has chosen.
What was the turning point? Like you mentioned your nan and your gran, and they like in the early 20s. How did you then switch from like really leaning into this at the same time and really developing those gifts and deciding that, hey, this is really my purpose?
Yeah. It's been a journey. So the turning point probably was when I started to connect with people. And I remember I did this first, I'd never connected with spirit in this kind of way before. And I had been sitting like in this like group for probably like 10 weeks. And the teacher was like, all right, we're going to do like an audience reading. I'm going to bring in people and you're going to connect with spirit. And I said, oh God, am I really that ready? And she said, yeah, you are. And straight away, when we like did it, I straight away connected to this man with his mum. And she'd been gone for like 30 something years. And I got her name. I could describe her personality traits, like everything like that. And I kind of blew myself away because I was feeling the sensations of what it was, but the fact that he was confirming what I was seeing and feeling, it was kind of weird. And then I was like, oh my God, wow. And she's like, this is where you're going to kind of end up, kind of thing, doing all of this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, we'll see how it goes. And then shortly after that, I was like, okay, I'll do, you know, some one-on-ones, like, you know, just practice, see what it's like. And then as I started doing that and the information that I was receiving and giving to these people and then getting the feedback from that, honestly was life-changing. Yeah. It was incredible to be able to provide that level of healing to someone, especially in the depths of grief. And, you know, being able to provide that kind of information where it's like, oh, okay, this is coming through. Does this make sense? Yes, it does. And I remember one of my first ever clients, I said to her, your mum keeps showing me there's something about a butterfly appearing on Christmas Day. I don't know why, but that's what she keeps showing me. And my beautiful client reached out shortly after Christmas and she goes, you will never believe what happened Christmas Day, but 2 giant butterflies flew in and they shouldn't have been there. They flew in, hovered over every single one of us sitting at the table and then disappeared out the door. Aww. And she was like, straight away, she goes, that was Mum, because that's what you said Mum was going to do. And so in that moment, it gave me that, you know, connection with her and the fact that I was like, the stuff that I see and feel, you just can't make up. And, you know, you do have those people that will say, but you can Google it or you can Facebook it. 1, no one has time. Yeah. And 2, the information that I'm getting is stuff that you cannot research. Yeah. It's really intimate details of someone and their loved ones. So, you know, the fact that had occurred and then like we'd had that reading and then shortly after Christmas was around and that happened, I'm like, that's the stuff that you just can't make up.
No. And it's beautiful. Like it's, as you said, you kind of get comfort just knowing that they're there, they're looking over you, they're watching you and there's a sign and they're always going to be there and like you feel their presence as well.
I think it's really hard to, on a human level, to deal with grief and death. And sometimes what happens is that our loved ones leave us at a point in time that we need they're going for a bigger mission to help us on the other side. And sometimes that's the best way I can describe it sometimes is that they have a bigger purpose from the other side. They can do more than what their physical capabilities could this lifetime. Yeah. So often at times they'll go and sometimes people will say, but why at this point? Or, you know, why did this happen? It's like their soul has come here to have this experience, but they are connected with us in our family and then they'll pass away and things that happen afterwards is just crazy. Your life will shift in this, like in ways you didn't think were possible. Yeah. And it's because they're helping pull the strings to help show you what is possible. And, you know, they're like, yes, do it. Keep going kind of thing. And that's what I love the most about it is that all the exciting stuff that happens and we think, oh, we've missed out or they're missing out. And they're really not.
Yeah. Do you, like, when you get the messages, are you, like, are they messages, like, to say, hang on, I'm trying to find the right way to articulate this. Are they messages to help their loved ones, or is it more that there's a presence there?
It depends. It really depends. Yeah. It can be both.
Yep.
It depends on what the person needs to hear in the moment. And I think that it's a lot of the time is the message for you in that moment.
Yeah.
And some people may have readings and go, none of that made sense, or like that didn't really resonate with me. It's because on a human level, they're not ready to hear what's being said, but on a soul level, their soul needed to hear that in that moment. And, you know, you might have a reading and you walk out and make a different decision, and everything that's been said, it will happen, but not in the same time frame that we have expected it to, because you've made a different decision. And that's okay, because you're allowed to live your life. But what's meant for you will never miss you. That's what I always say. So these guys are saying, these are your pivotal points. You can make a decision this way or this way. You get to choose, but either way, you're going to end up here. So they're kind of where the messages kind of lie with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I love that saying so much as well. How do you protect, like I imagine doing this work, like it's a lot of energy work and it can be quite, I want to say draining, but not in a bad sense, like in a, you know, there's a lot, I don't know how you see it, but like there's a lot, and I would imagine it can take its toll. How do you protect yourself, and how do you really tap into that to strengthen it as well?
Yeah, so really I'm a pretty high vibe person. So for me, it doesn't really impact my energy that much. More dealing with the day-to-day life impacts my energy more than connecting with spirit. When I'm connecting with spirit, I feel on a high, like it really, it's really empowering, really exciting. So it's like that real bright light energy. Whereas, you know, protecting your energy, I'm always very conscious. I'll just say, you know, bubble protection. That's all I really do. I don't really do crazy rituals or things. Some people might say you need to, but I don't really think I need to in that way. So for probably your listeners though, if they're starting this, you know, getting some crystals, you know, if you want to sage your house or Palo Santo, that kind of stuff, if you need to. When you feel like, oh, I'm feeling really lethargic at the moment, I've got no explanation for it on a physical level, maybe it's energy, maybe I need to energy clear. That's when I would suggest, you know, okay, we need to probably increase our, you know, senses. But in terms of how to strengthen it, it's finding, you know, like-minded people that are open to, you know, practicing. So what I did was work with mentors. I've worked with some internationally renowned mediums to help work and practice, you know, building the connection, building on my reference points, you know, connecting in that way. So anyone can do that, really. Anyone can do that. And it starts with just trusting yourself and listening to yourself and listening to your intuition a lot more. So, you know, those little gut feelings that you're like, I might need to listen to this or connect in, then that's probably your intuition calling. So your intuition is definitely, this is what I teach in my masterclass. Intuition is like a deep knowing. It's like deep in your stomach or in your chest where you're like, I know I need to do this. I don't know why. That's your intuition. The way you differentiate between that and fear is that fear and anxiety will scream at you and be like, no, we're making the wrong decision. What's going on? No, I need to be in control, that kind of thing. Whereas your intuition is calm. It's softly, it won't scream at you like that. So that's how you differentiate between the two.
Yeah. How do you learn to listen more to your intuition and strengthen that connection? Like as before we started recording, you were saying about the connection back to self. How do you strengthen that connection to really listen to the knowing?
That's a great question. And for me, what I started doing, I was journaling a lot. Because you'll be surprised that when your brain actually gets out of the way, you're writing, your intuition flows so much more. And I think just sitting and being present with yourself, I'm not saying put on meditation music and listen for 3 hours a day. No one's got time for that either. But it's more so just taking moments to pause and just listen and literally saying, what do I need to know now in this moment? What is this moment trying to tell me? What am I supposed to be learning from this situation? And then seeing how that expands. And then you'll have moments in time where you're listening and you might get this inkling and you go against it, and then that intuition that was trying to tell you not to do something or to do something pops up and you're like, that's why I should have listened. It's when I feel like I learn a lot more by what I've done wrong than what I've done right, and in terms of listening to myself. And it's those moments in time where it gets stronger and louder, the more you connect in, the more that you just remain present with yourself. You know, you might have some like oracle cards or tarot cards that you go, all right, I'm just going to shuffle a card, connect in with it. Those are tools to help you listen to your psychic senses and intuition. Those are just tools to really connect. But we don't need those tools to be able to connect. We can just connect if we choose to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, writing, sometimes even music. People underestimate the power of music. Music's frequency. So, you listen to a song and you've listened to it a million times, but there's one particular day where the lyrics of a song hit you randomly out of nowhere. That's almost your intuition saying, listen to this, or, these guys guiding you so that hits you a little bit harder. So you go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, I've never really heard that song before, or it sounds different when you think of it differently. Yeah. So that's really how you kind of start to, build on that connection and deepen it. But yeah, there is a lot of people that host like little groups and stuff. It's always really nice to kind of go into, like a space like that to connect, and then, kind of go from there and like feel into it. So,
I love that. Is that similar then, like intuition to say spirit guides as well? Is that then connecting to spirit, how, potentially can be your loved ones that are now on your team?
Yeah. So your spirit guides, it depends. Like for me, spirit guides and spirit, like your loved ones in spirit, pretty much form the same thing. Yeah. So it depends on what you kind of believe in. So for me, I'm like, there are people have spirit guides and people have their loved ones connected. It's almost like a hierarchy.
Yeah, okay.
So sometimes your spirit guides
can't escape that hierarchy.
Yeah, you can't escape the hierarchy. It exists in all worlds, in all dimensions. But it's, it is like, it depends on how you're connecting in. So some people have animals as spirit guides, different, gods or goddesses, that kind of thing as spirit guides, deities that they believe in. It's not necessarily my thing, but, I'm aware that those people exist and that exists and those beliefs exist. But, for me, it's mainly you're connecting with your loved ones and them being spirit guides and angels as well. I definitely believe in angels, and I'll always say, thanks, angels, when I see a sign or something like that. And in my mind, my loved ones join those angels as well. So,
Are there any bad spirits that kind of are that you can see or feel or hear?
I always tap into a love frequency because I don't want to tap into that negative side of things. Are there bad spirits? I don't believe that there's bad spirits per se. There's definitely experiences that people have of, different stuff. But mainly for me, it's connecting into that love frequency. And realistically, that's what we've come here to learn.
Yeah.
Is to connect with love, connect back in, and really unpack what love feels like this lifetime. And we return to love. We return to that, portal of love. And a lot of the time, people that have done terrible things in this world, they are aware of it from spirit. And a lot of the time they're apologetic for the pain and suffering they've caused this lifetime to people. But for them, they don't take that because they're human emotions.
Yeah.
So they leave that behind. So they're human emotions, human things, life lessons that they've learned, but they're aware of it so that they don't do it again. If they come back, if they choose to come back. It's a very hard concept to take.
Yeah, I was just thinking then, like, from a soul contract perspective as well. And where do you believe, people are here for a purpose in this lifetime, and that we do have the soul contract and the lessons to learn along the way?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe in that really, really strongly. And that's having even experienced some really soul-crushing stuff in my life as well. And for me, it's like, well, that's I had to learn that because I wouldn't be the person sitting here today if I hadn't have had that experience. Did I need it? No. Did I want it? Absolutely not. However, I am a stronger person from having experienced what I have, and I'm able to be more compassionate with others in the way in which I am from having had those experiences. Some people, they don't choose to learn life like that. Some people fall victim to being stuck in that, this has happened to me. What's wrong with me? I will never get better because of this. Whereas I don't choose to do that. Bad things have happened, and I choose to grow through them and continue to evolve and, deal with them. I'm definitely not saying bypass your emotions in any way, shape or form. I've
Personal
had
accountability.
Really had to sit with the balancing the light and the dark. And I remember someone saying to me, things are happening, these things have kind of happened because you've had to learn to sit in the dark, because realistically you're connecting with people coming through the dark. And I thought, that's interesting. It's an interesting way of looking at it because, spirit are over here and we're bringing them forward to give them light, to give them life, and bringing them out of what is the darkness. So for most people. So I think it's a challenging one. Being human's terrible sometimes. I often say being here is hell.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about a heaven and hell. I reckon this is the hell and we go back to the heaven.
Interesting. I never even thought of it from that perspective as well.
Yeah. That's how I like to think of it.
I know. I always think, okay, what's my next lesson? Go on, give it to me. Like, what else did I sign up for?
You're like, what now?
Exactly right.
I think the same thing sometimes. I think, universe, what the actual are we doing?
Come on, show me how good this gets.
Show me how good it gets. Don't show me the other stuff. I don't want to learn lessons through pain.
I've already had enough of that. Like, give me the good now. I've had my lifetime of that. But, it also makes life exciting, and that you've gone through experiences in a way, because, like, it makes you, and it gives you, more purpose to what you're doing, I think, at the same time. So, I'm grateful for the lessons because of the wisdom it gives and provides.
Yeah. And I am the same. That's how I kind of like to look at life as well, is we're not getting out of here unscathed.
Yeah.
Not one of us is coming out of it unscathed. Hate to break the bubble, unfortunately, for a lot of people. But we are here to experience life, and that's both good and bad. And I was actually saying to someone recently, usually at this time of year, I'm always like, what's going to happen next year? Am I going to be okay? What's going to happen? What am I going to go through? And this year I've really been reflective of the fact that in every single year we experience, there is good and there is bad. And both of them can coexist at the same time. You can be both enjoying life and healing exactly at the same time. It doesn't necessarily mean you're doing it wrong. It just means that you're allowed to live. You're allowed to experience life and do all of that fun stuff, and also be going through grief and heartache and all of that kind of stuff. And when you learn to balance the two of them together, you actually alchemize everything and you turn your pain into power. And I think some people forget that they are actually really powerful beings and can change anything in a heart, like in a minute. Like it's like, yep, okay, heartbeat, let's go.
Yeah.
That's where we want to kind of head towards. So, yeah.
I always think of it as well as like, you said that you can't expect to get out of this life unscathed. And if someone is living in the swim lanes or in the autopilot, then they're happy and content. They're just going through the motions. Like, to me, they're just playing the safe lane.
Yeah.
Where when you do experience the dark and the light, as you mentioned, and, have extreme emotions or experiences in life, it just expands what your capacity of life and to experience life is.
Yeah.
And that in itself, I think, is the purpose as
Yes,
well. It's because then
absolutely.
you have more range that you can access and you get to experience, you've got the shit times and the hard times and you're like, fuck, how did I get here? But then you get like, oh my God, this is incredible. And I'm grateful because it taught me this and now I'm on this path instead. So I feel like, if you're living like in the content narrow lane, then are you experiencing everything the world has to offer and this beautiful life has to offer?
Yeah, and that's such an amazing way to put it because a lot of people will just play it safe.
Yeah.
And if that's what they do, that's what their soul has signed up to do. But you're right. You're not actually experiencing the life to the full extreme of what you potentially could. And I always say anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. Dream it. It's possible. There's
Yeah.
so many things that have happened where I've thought there's not one moment in me where I thought I would be sitting here having a chat with you on a podcast episode to, chat about mediumship. There's a version of myself that wouldn't have even believed it.
Yeah.
But this is actually happening because I've started to open up my, belief systems and work through that like subconscious programming, all of that kind of stuff to get to this point where I can go, yeah, you know what? This is cool and this is possible. And I think when people are able to sort of shift their focus to going, yeah, anything is actually possible despite what I've been through, it changes the course of reality. And people, as I said before, are incredibly powerful. They just don't recognize it.
Yeah, we really are. Like, I feel like I've had this conversation quite a few times recently. It's just like there's so much possibility out there and beliefs. Like, I'm so open when someone tells me a story and like previously I would go, yeah, sure. What are you talking about? And now I'm like, yeah, I believe it. Like I feel like my belief system has been shattered in so many good ways.
Yeah.
Because like if people can think it or there's an idea there or there's a movie there or there's a conversation there, then someone would have had, like, it's got to come from something, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I totally believe that anything is possible. Absolutely anything.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And I mean, like for me, I was recently just cleaning up like some of my notebooks and stuff of when I've like journaled and done my manifestations and that kind of stuff. And I was reading this list I'd written in 2023 and I was like, that's happened, that's happened, that's happened, that's happened. And I thought, there was a part of me that didn't even think that that was possible.
Yeah.
So, for example, one of the things was I'm offered a position overseas in the UK to do readings from.
Yeah.
The year after, I was asked twice to go to the UK to go over and do readings over in London. And I thought, was I being delusional or was that a part of my reality that I thought it was like my intuition calling me? I was just putting pen to paper, hoping, maybe believing. There was a part of me that didn't believe that that was happening, but it happened because I put it down. I thought about it. I, took an opportunity where it was offered. And I think that that's the exciting stuff. Like people think, it's not possible for me. It isn't with that mindset.
Yeah.
You have to really change your mindset. And so the fact that you're saying you've had your belief system shattered, but look at the person you are now, it's incredible. Like the fact that you get to have these conversations that you wouldn't even have thought about in some capacity. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find there's just so much available to us.
Oh, 100%.
And I just love conversations where I love learning about other people and their experiences and how they view the world at the same time, because we both view the world so differently.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's a really special part as well of the human existence, is that be curious with absolutely everything in life, with yourself, with others, and how everything works, and just lean into it. Like, I feel like that's such a beautiful message in itself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Coming back to spirit, like, have you ever been, like, even just at a cafe shop or coffee shop, and, you know, you are connected to spirit for someone that is there, and you're like, I need to give them a message? Has that happened, or it's only when you intentionally do it with a particular person?
I'm very intentional because there have been times when I was first starting out, you know, I'd be out with my friends having a couple of drinks and I thought, you know what, I can, you know, do this kind of stuff. It's actually not ethical to be able to go up to someone, because someone may not need it, like, or may not believe in it. So I don't want to push something onto someone that, you know, they may not want to hear it, kind of thing, and put myself in a situation. So early in the piece, I only did it like maybe once or twice. And then I thought, no, maybe not. So I really now, that's my own spiritual hygiene. I'm only connecting when I'm connecting. And I'm not when I'm not. You know, I might see something or I might feel something and go, oh, I can sense spirit around, but, you know, no, not right now. Not right now in this moment. Yeah. And I think I've got a story for that, really, which was only a couple of months ago. I was having a dream, and a girl that I went to primary school, who was a really close friend of mine in primary school, we lost contact, and I started dreaming about like her and her family, and it was like a spirit connected to her. And in my dreams, they were like, you need to reach out to her. You need to reach out to her. She needs to hear from us. And in my dream, I said, if you want me to talk to her, make it possible. And then I kind of woke up and I thought, oh, that was a really weird dream. I was dreaming about her, and I texted my dad and said, randomly I was dreaming about, you know, my friend. And he said, oh, okay, cool. Like, my dad didn't care really.
Thanks, Dad.
As dads do. And then anyway, a couple of weeks later, she reached out to me, and we'd really lost contact. And she started following me on Instagram, and she said to me, how did I not know this? Somebody recommended you to me, and I couldn't believe that I knew you. And sure enough, I'd had a cancellation like a couple of days later, and she was like, I'm booking in, I need to connect. And it was honestly one of the most incredible experiences of connecting with spirit I ever have had, because of how strong the connection was. And we'd not seen each other for like 20 something years, and all of this stuff that I was being shown, and she was like, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense, all of this kind of stuff. And I thought, wow, how incredible. She had said to me, at the 4-week mark previously, when I was dreaming, that was the day her dad had died. Aww. And it was the way in which they were coming forward. She needs to hear from you. She needs to hear from you. And then sure enough, 4 weeks later, she's reached out to me because someone else has recommended her to me. And she was like, hang on a second, I think this might be the person I know. And sure enough, it was. And yeah, it was just the way in which they orchestrated that to make sure that they got their message across. So it's not always necessarily someone sitting at a coffee shop. It's people you cross. And I think sometimes we underestimate those conversations with strangers, because a lot of the time can be literally a gift from angels. So
true. Getting like a little one-liner and you're just like, I really needed to hear that today. Yeah. So special. Can spirit communicate with you in dreams? It's probably one of the strongest ones, especially for someone who isn't really open to this kind of stuff. And dreams are very symbolic, because it's our brain stops Yeah.
It's like the only time our brain really stops and it allows that frequency for them. It's easier for them to blend in to us. And so if you've had a dream, which I feel like you've had a dream, it's a visit. And the way in which you can differentiate between the spirit visiting and like just a really random dream is the way in which you feel when you wake up. So your heart will feel warm. You'll feel, you don't feel that pain in it as much.
Yeah.
Like we've lost someone. It's like them telling you that it's okay. And that was probably so the night before my nan's funeral, I had been asleep and I'd cried myself to sleep because I was so upset. And in that dream, she came forward and she said to me, Sarah, stop crying. I'm okay, sweetheart. And the way in which she come forward, she was like spinning around, like she was dancing. She goes, I'm okay. I'm free. I'm okay. But tell everyone I'm okay. Stop crying. No more tears. And I was like, what? What's this? And I woke up and I told my other grandmother who was alive at that time. And I said, this has been the experience that I've had. And she goes, that's a message from her spirit. She's come to tell you she's okay. And she goes, that's very special. And she goes, where do you feel it? And I said, oh, my heart just feels whole again. It doesn't feel like it hurts. And she said, oh my goodness. Like, she's like, oh my goodness, it's absolutely her. Just letting you know that she's okay. She's made it over to the other side. She's okay. And I said, okay, thanks, Gran. And then shortly after my Gran passed away, something similar happened as well, where she was like, I'm here. I'll always be here. I'm actually not that far away. And it just gave me that reassurance that they were around me.
Yeah.
And because I'm more open to that being the way that I am, it was just easy for them to blend in and, come through.
I had a similar experience with my mum, and I was in like I was in a meditative state, and she came in and she was there with my nan, and I found so much comfort in knowing that she was there with Nan, and which is her mum, and like I wanted to give her a hug, and she's like, you can't hug me, but they could be there together. And so like, and I still remember that and going, just like that alone let go of so much grief for me, just having the comfort. And same with Dad in the dream that I had, the only one dream that I've had of him. And he was looking for Mum. They were looking to like for each other. And that's when somehow you then came into that dream.
Wow.
And that's how it all like came around. It was like I was in like some kind of like really early in the morning, do you know, when you're kind of in that dream state, and I was probably thinking about, okay, what do I need to do this week at the same time? And Dad was, they were searching for each other, and then you popped up. Then like for listeners, I heard this big bang, and I was like, what the hell is that? And in my walk-in wardrobe, I had a Swiss ball, like an exercise ball that fell off, and I looked at the clock and it was 4:44. Oh, and that's when I reached out to you at the same time. Like we'd already been talking to tee up the time, but I was just like, okay, that's just wild in how that's all played out as well.
And the fact that I popped into the dream as well.
Like you were somehow there, or like you popped into my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a very odd, and like that in itself is comforting that they're there together.
And I always say nothing is a coincidence.
Yeah.
Nothing ever is a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's always meant to be. And things that happen and you're like, oh, is it a coincidence? No, it's not. It's them working together to make it work.
Yeah. Comforting.
It is. Beautiful. And it's really, really nice. And I recently, a couple of weeks ago actually, I randomly had a client probably 18 months to 2 years ago. And I couldn't remember her name. I just could remember her face. And I thought, she popped into my mind. I was sitting on the couch just watching TV on a Saturday night. And I thought, oh, I wonder how she's going. I hope everything's going okay for her. And then the next day, I got a message from her randomly. And I couldn't remember her to even, send a message or say, hey, what's going on kind of thing. Are you okay? She goes, Sarah, I need to tell you, my mum's passed away. And she goes, I told my mum to come and find you. And it was the same time I had thought of her. And I said, I can't make, like, I'm not making this up, but I literally was sitting on the couch at 9 o'clock last night thinking about you randomly. And she goes, oh, Mum's found you. I'm glad. I'll be booking a session soon. And I was like, oh my goodness, the fact that I have that impact on people to even, for her to say to her mum as she's passing away, go and find Sarah. I'll communicate with you through Sarah when you get to the other side. And she's popped into my mind as like a memory, and I thought, oh, I wonder how she's going. And here we are. And then she messages me like 12 hours later. I thought, wow, that's incredible. Like, that's absolutely incredible.
And how incredible from her side as well, that part of the grieving process and acceptance is knowing that she then can still communicate with her loved one.
Yeah.
And that, how, like, I just get goosebumps the whole time. But yeah, like, it's just a nice part of, I think, a really hard time, really. Yeah. That you've got comfort in knowing that you can still contact them and talk to them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I want to give to people that moment, even if it is just a short moment that they don't feel the impact of their grief as deep. It's honestly, that's the life-changing, that's the life purpose kind of feeling that I get doing this work. Yeah. Well, it's not really work. It's just something I love doing. So,
well, that's beautiful though.
Yeah, which I think I've won the lottery.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Okay, I feel like I'm ready to come back to.
Okay. What I was saying before.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I know. I've been nervous about this the whole week, just like, but I feel really good now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So earlier today, I had a man come forward and I thought straight away, there is a father figure connected to you who has passed. And the way in which he comes forward, he has this big bright smile that he wants to show you that he's okay. But he says that his soul has lived in between for some time, and it's like from here and then here, but he's fully here now. But he just wants you to know that he's so thankful for what you guys did for him, even up until his final moments. Very, very strongly. But for sure your mum and dad are together because they come forward together. And the way in which I feel for him, he's like, he keeps saying, like, even in his final moments, there's something that makes me feel like it's like him again. There's a moment in time. He keeps showing me a moment in time where it's like everyone goes, oh, he's here. Like, he's fully here again. Yeah. But then shortly after, he's gone. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he keeps referencing that point because he goes, it was me. And I was aware that you were there. But for him, he's like, I want you to know that I never missed anything, but I want to say thank you for all the things that you have done for me and continued to do for me, even despite what things you guys were juggling, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Because he keeps, it's like he keeps saying, I'm sorry I went, like, it's almost like I went so quickly. Like, it's like you get a moment and then he's like gone kind of thing. He's like, I'm sorry that happened, but he just wants you to know that he did hear what you had to say to him after as well, because he also acknowledges the fact that it's like he's acknowledging the fact of what you had written for him. There's something you have written for him. He keeps saying there's something, it's like after the fact, there's something, have you written?
We wrote his eulogy.
Yeah.
That's probably the only written thing. The
written thing, okay, because he wants to acknowledge how, like, what you said about him through that. Because although I'm smiling because he's having a laugh, because I feel like that's he's like, it's like he's, it's not like taking the piss, but like he's also like, he's just that, he's got that jokingness about him. Like he's real cheeky.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, all right, here we go. Like for him, he's like, wow, this is happening. And yes, I'm like, I'm just trying to. For him, he's like wanting to acknowledge. I'm like, I don't know why I keep going like the J, and I'm like, J.
Could be my name, Jeihan.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Yeah, Jay, because I went to say John, but because I was hearing him softly. So I'm like, why? Because the way he's saying your name, it's like he's trying to, it's like his nickname or something. He's like,
I don't ever, to be honest, I don't think my dad ever knew how to pronounce my name. He used to call me little one.
Right, because he's like trying to talk about like something, and I'm like, what is it that you're trying to say? But the way in which he comes forward, he wants to acknowledge that connection that you've had with him. And he keeps showing me the photo that you have of the two of you. There's a photo that you have together with the two of you. And he's just trying to describe what it looks like. I'm like, I feel like someone else there. It's like I can see, he keeps saying like he's in the middle and there's you. And then I feel like there's someone else on the other side as well. He's trying to show me like there's a photo.
There's one that's coming to mind that I don't know how that like when I was younger.
Yeah, because it's like I can see it's like not like how they look now. Yeah. It's like an older style kind of. I've hit the microphone. Sorry. An older style photo, and he's acknowledging that because he wants to go back to those memories.
Yeah.
Because he says that although my memories were gone, I remember everything.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
He had dementia.
Wow.
And he had it for about 7 years. And interesting you say about here and there, because I felt that every time I saw him, because he knew who I was most of the time. And then he would tell you really random stories, or he could see his mum or he could see his dad, and they were passed before I was even alive.
Yeah.
So like I felt like he always lived in both, and I was like, why, it's okay to leave. Like I've always said that to him as well. So that makes perfect sense. And his health had really deteriorated like for a big chunk of like the last few years. And the eulogy, it's so interesting because when we were going through it, we're like, fuck, he lived a really good life. And just he was someone that gave a shot to everything until his health took over. Yeah. And that's then was like the last probably 20 years of his life. Yeah.
It's, because it was like the way he was like having a joke about it. He was like, they said so much stuff about me. He goes, I didn't even think it was that important. Like, that kind of, like, he's quite flippant in like the way in which he comes forward. But he, like, because as he's standing here, your mum steps forward and she too wants to acknowledge how difficult it was to go. But she says that, she goes, she keeps saying my girl. And that's as soon as I'm like, Mum, reference my girl. Because she's like, that strong connection that you have with her. And especially around flowers. Like there's something symbolic with you and with her and the flowers. She keeps showing me very strongly someone planting flowers for her. There's something about, is it roses or something?
Yeah. I'm not a green thumb at all, and she probably hates me for this because I kill her flowers. I have her pot plants at my house.
There you go.
We split them up, and I'm like, man, she's going to kill me if I kill these.
Well, there you go, because she's definitely acknowledging the flowers that are connected with her.
They're still alive.
She's like,
they're still alive.
It's all right.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
But for her, it's even when they bloom, I feel like when they do flower, acknowledging it's her as well. There's something connected with her and that. But she has to say, don't worry about going the same way. I don't know if you think about that, or there's something about with their health. There's something, it's like, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It's let that go.
Yeah.
Because that's not your path. That very strongly. She's like, tell her to stop stressing.
Okay.
I said, okay, all right.
I can imagine her doing that too.
Stop. But she also shows me very significantly this time of year being very important. Very important. I'm like, is it birthday? I'm like, I'm going forward. I'm like, someone's birthday coming up? No. No. Celebration coming up. Well, I know that we're Christmas. Yeah. No, there's Christmas, but let me keep working with her on that, because there's something she keeps saying, we've got to celebrate.
She celebrates every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to celebrate.
Yeah.
I feel like that's maybe the message is we've got to celebrate. I don't know why I kept saying birthday candles. I was like, have we been celebrating birthdays?
No. Like most of my family is like from February through to August.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
So, yeah.
There's something about this. Just keep that in the back of your mind, because there's
okay.
something about being around for the celebrations, or like, you know, that kind of connection in that way. But for her, she's like, she just wants to acknowledge like the fact that she's like, we're here, we're healthy, we're okay. And for you, it's like, sorry, she's like, give the kids a kiss for me. It's like very, very strongly, give the kids a kiss for me, because I'm still with them. I'm still connected to them.
Yeah.
So, she keeps taking me into her kitchen, the kitchen. It's like being around. The way in which she's showing me this is that she's always with like everyone in the kitchen. It's like when we're all together, all connected. And I feel like maybe she's trying to show me like Christmas time as well. It's like we always make sure that we remember her. And she keeps saying something about the food making, like it's all, she keeps showing me a spread on the table. And I'm like, there's something symbolic about that.
She always made a big deal of Christmas, and we have a box of all of her Christmas things that she'd make. She was like she's made like a Christmas vest, and she's got a Christmas hat, and she's got Christmas placemats. And so whoever's hosting, they get mum's decorations to then host. Yeah. So like she's very present with us at Christmas time.
Yeah, because you do feel her so closely.
Yeah.
And she's saying it's not just a coincidence. It's me. I'm definitely around. And she just keeps saying, she keeps standing. It's like she's standing with someone at like an island bench.
Yeah.
And she's standing there looking out, and she's like, this is what life is about. This is what family's about. This is what Christmas is about. And she goes, don't you think I've missed it?
Yeah.
Don't you think I've missed it? It's important that you know that I haven't.
Yeah.
And the way in which she connects in with that. And I know that you mentioned Christmas decorations, but have you had one specifically made for her?
Yeah, so like I've got Christmas bauble that's her, like a photo
like
of
with
us.
A photo? Yeah, because she keeps saying, let that be the last thing you put on the tree, to know that I'm the angel with you on that tree.
Okay.
So just know that she's coming forward in that. And because she's like, I'm still helping you set your tree.
Yeah.
It's like there's something about putting it up and connecting in with that. Because you know how I was saying the table, it's almost like she's got the table covered with stuff. Like it's like we've got to do, it's like why she's showing me that is one of her favorite memories is sitting with you at this table doing stuff. And if that doesn't make sense right now, sit with that, because there's a memory that she keeps bringing my attention to is like arts and crafts or something along those lines where we're all just like sitting there together enjoying each other's company, and she wants to just bring you back to that beautiful connection that you guys had. So she's like really she's like almost like standing there with her hand on her hip like, anyway, like she's like, okay, so we had a lot to do.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, and she's like, she's like, I was so busy with my kids, so busy, always. And she kept saying she gave a lot. Yeah. She gave everything that she possibly could. And she goes, life wasn't always kind, but I always made the most out of it. And that's what she keeps showing me, you kids, like uplifting you to make sure that you reach your full potential, because she's like, there's always something like keep going. Like it's almost like lifting you up to push you kind of thing where you are right now. It's almost like whatever barriers you've put around yourself at the moment, break through those, expand them, let it go kind of thing. So she's very strongly connected through you to like push. Keep going. It's like shoot for the stars kind of thing.
Yeah. Is she, so she'd already passed when my little niece was born. Has she met her?
Oh,
or is
absolutely.
She kind of been there? Does
100%.
She know? Yeah.
She's like, what happens is when they gift them.
Yeah.
It's like when they pass and there's a baby coming forward, they 9 times out of 10 will gift them. So it's like, here she goes, of course, absolutely. Yeah. I haven't missed a single thing. There's a connection though with her and your niece. What's the connection? It's your sister's kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your sister, is there an honouring of your mum through your niece? Or your sister wanted to...
Yeah, so my sister wanted me to ask that, but also I think now you're going to test me. I'm pretty sure her middle name is my mum's name.
Yes, okay, because your mum's acknowledging being honoured with your niece and that with your sister as well. So 100%, she's like, thank you, I'm so grateful, and you guys gave me the gift of life.
Yeah.
And that is being able to experience the joy of being a grandmother, of being that. And even though I'm not physically there, I'm still very much part of the kids' lives. So very, very strongly that connection, very strongly. She's like, don't underestimate me. Yeah. Okay.
So interesting how personalities come out at the same time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's the cool thing. Your mum's just like watching on because she's like, wow, this is like amazing for her to be able to connect with you on this kind of level.
Yeah.
She's like, she keeps taking me to like the family photo that you've got up. Mm-hmm. It's like the family photo that you've got up, and you often talk to it. You often acknowledge them, that connection. She just says, when you do that, know that we are present.
Oh, yeah.
So know that we are very strongly connected when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Have you got something with you today with your mom, like your mum? It's like
I've got a photo. Yeah. But hang on, I'm just thinking, what am I? No, nothing that I'm wearing.
Okay.
I've only just got photos.
That's okay. That's fine. She's like wanting to, it's like the reminder to use her stuff. Don't be afraid to use it. Okay. Like put it on, enjoy it, embrace it, all of that kind of stuff. She's like, definitely connect, connect, use it. She goes, it is just stuff. She goes, but it's me. She goes, it's me. So when you feel like you can't feel her closely or that you're not sure if she's around, she's like, put it on and feel me around, because that's what she loved to do. Yeah. She's like that bright, beautiful soul that is like coming forward as well. So, really like that real strong connection. I'm like, Mer. Oh, she's like humming softly. That's all right. I don't know why she keeps. I'm like, ma. Show me in a different way. Because she's trying to say something, but I just can't hear what she's saying properly. That song, Supermarket. So is it Supermarket Flowers? Supermarket Flowers? Ed Sheeran?
I think I know the one that you're talking about. I'm going to write it down so I remember it for later.
Yeah. There's a connection with her through that song. There's a connection with you and being able to connect. There's something about, I don't know why, because I was like, Mama, and she's like, Supermarket Flowers? I think it's called Supermarket Flowers.
Yeah, okay.
Could be wrong, but that's definitely very strong. She's like, connect with me through
I feel like that's a really like sad song.
But she's like wanting to like...
Yeah. If it's the one that I'm thinking of.
If it's, like, I'm like, I can hear it. It's like because she keeps softly singing, and I'm like, softly singing. She's like, it's a connection with it, but she wants you to know there's a message within it.
Okay.
She's like, it's love. She's like, there's something about the love that's connected there. So just know that there's that connection there as well. Okay. Do you have questions?
No, I loved it. Like, as I said, I was just very open to anything that came through.
Yeah.
And the probably just like 2 questions for my dad is, you mentioned that his health, like his health is...
He's not in any pain in any way, shape or form. He's like, that's behind me. Don't worry about that. He's like, he's like, I'm happy and I'm healthy. He says, I wish I had have been able to spend more time with you guys in a healthy state.
Yeah.
But he goes, I can now witness everything.
Yeah. Can he run?
He's free. Okay, he's free.
Of course I can run.
Yeah, he's like, what? He's like, I'm free. I'm over here doing the best. I'm doing the most.
And then the other thing was, the connection, like, because even with Mum, like, we've got a spirit animal. We think that we've got she's a spirit animal that we feel like anytime we see a peacock, it reminds us of Mum.
Yes.
And then we don't have anything for Dad, or we don't have like, that's a resemblance of Dad, or this, where we've got so much from Mum as well, and probably a stronger connection with her towards her later years of life, where Dad, it was harder for that connection because of his health. So that's probably the only thing, like, what's a sign that I can go, that's Dad.
Interesting, because I'm like, straight away I was like, he's like put like a reference, and he keeps showing me like a rainbow. He keeps showing me, look for the rainbow. That's very symbolic, because I feel like you may even see something like that today. Like, it's very strong. But because he also shows me that, and he also shows me flying in. So I'm like, I'm just trying to work out why. I keep seeing a black and white, and I'm like, black and white, but I'm like, black and white magpie, like black and white bird. I'm like, the bird, the magpie. Does that make sense?
It so does. So
okay.
he's got so my sister hates birds, hates them. And, you know, there's when you're around someone and there's always one person that gets swooped, shat on, attacked. That's my sister, right? And so she's petrified as soon as a bird comes near her. And then she didn't have a really great relationship with my dad. Mm-hmm. And when he passed, we're like, I bet you he comes back as a bird just to annoy you.
Oh, there you go. Well, your dad's showing me coming as a magpie, so
she's going to love that.
She's going to be like, Dad, are you serious?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
But whether that's like magpie, is it like, you know those butterflies though with the black and the white?
Oh, yeah.
There's something about that as well. So if it's like not the to test your sister, he's like pushing her buttons. But also maybe just acknowledging, I don't know what they're called, but
right.
They're black and white.
Butterfly
kind of thing, which is really weird because usually they're not that kind of colour, are they?
Yeah.
I don't think they are. But anyway, something around that.
Yeah, flying in black and white.
Yeah, definitely. But he's like he's very much okay with where he is right now.
Yeah.
But really strongly connected with you because I feel like your dad he like comes forward because he's like, I'm sorry the way in which I was, because I feel like there was parts in time where he had moments where it wasn't great. And it often had you questioning whether or not who the person he was. But he just says he's aware of that, but he's sorry that happened. But he's just wanting to like really reconfirm how much he absolutely loves and adores you. And there's that strong connection there. He's really proud of what you're doing as well. So really proud of what you're doing. Keep going. He didn't say it enough when he was here.
Yeah.
And that's the same as even saying I love you. Yeah. I didn't say it enough. So tell everyone, scream it from the rooftops, shout it from the skies. He's saying I love you and tell everyone I love them. Yeah. It's very strong. So very, very strong for that
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do spirit, like when you can feel them, like I don't know if this is a misconceived idea or notion of spirit that there's a crossing or that they're here for a short period of time before they know. They're always here
and then here and then gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There is literally no such thing as being stuck, caught in between. Nobody needs to cross the bridge to get to there. Nothing of that kind of thing. And if people are saying that, they're not actually really connecting with this. It's their own, things that they've maybe heard or, carried on. All of my experiences, they're here and then here. Yeah. There's no stuckness, there's no in between, nothing of that kind. Yeah. It's really here and then there.
There. So much comfort in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've loved our conversation and you sharing your passion and your gift, and it's beautiful and it's comforting, and I really appreciate the messages as well, and being here, like it's just it's great.
It's all been divine timing, right?
It really has
Thank
been.
you. That's been amazing. Thank you.
And was there any other, like I'm just thinking, was there anything else that I haven't touched on that you really wanted to relay?
No, I think we've pretty much covered everything, but I just want everyone to know that their loved ones are always with them, even in the smallest of things, the largest of things, everything. They're always there. Not when you're, doing like when you're just experiencing life. They're not just hanging around kind of thing, but they are there when you call for them. They are, doing that kind of when you call for them, they're there. Yeah. When you ask for them to be around, they're there, even if you can't feel it. And I think too is even if you haven't got a message or your loved ones have passed and you feel like you haven't heard from them, just internalize in your mind, just ask for a sign. Ask for something so specific. Ask for something random, like a rabbit wearing a hat and the hat's green. Ask for something like that. so that you can actually know that it's them, that something is so strong that it's undeniably them. And I think that as soon as you start to believe that it is, everything shifts, and they'll send more and more signs as they go on. So yeah.
Thank you. I loved it.